To this edition of PHAT Tuesday. Hey guys, BK Walker here, and it's another wonderful week of PHAT Tuesday, and this week I wanted to talk to you about virtual book tours. There are so many virtual book tour companies out there, but virtual book tours is a great way to gain exposure for your book. And if you're new, like especially if you're brand new, this is really going to help. But if you aren't seeing a lot of sales and you're just not seeing a lot of engagement on your Facebook pages, then a virtual book tour just may be the way to go. And here's why. When you book a virtual book tour, and yes, I do run a book tour company. It's called the Virtual Book Tour Cafe. But when you book a book tour, it increases your exposure and it puts you out to so many different bloggers and then their readers plus the hosting company's readers. So you get to put your name out there in front of more and more and more potential readers. The really cool thing about a virtual book tour is even though you book a tour and you might pay for an organization of a week-long or a month-long tour, the really awesome thing is your virtual book tour can still gain you exposure long after your tour is over. Okay, so you can, new people that are finding the blog, new readers that just might be visiting the blog for another tour company, might scroll through and find your post that happened on that blog during your virtual book tour. And guess what? When they click on your links, they still go to your Amazon page, your actual tour page with that company, and they can scroll through and learn more about you that way. So virtual book tours are great for exposure and increasing exposure and putting your name out there over a 1 to 3 month period. So don't discount virtual book tours, but they do have to be worked by you as well as the tour company. You can't just book a tour and expect sales to magically appear or expect new readers to follow you. You have to do some work yourself when you're booking a virtual book tour, and that means inviting people to your tour stops and inviting people to let them know that you're even having a book tour. And remember this, more is not always better. Less is always better. So don't think that if you book one tour, you need to go and just book all these tours with all these tour companies, because that doesn't always work, and it doesn't always mean that you're going to have increased sales, because you yourself book with one tour company and get your name out there, and then take a small break, a week, 2 weeks, a month, and then book with another tour company, and then do the same thing, because it's a lot of work for you, not just, and I think that's where a lot of authors go wrong, is they think that a virtual book tour is just automatically going to get them sales and automatically get them new readers, and that's not true without you putting some work and some planning behind it. So my top tip today is, if you're going to do a virtual book tour, which is awesome to get more exposure, don't think that more is better, because it's not always better. Sometimes it's better if you do a book tour here with one company and then wait a couple weeks and then book another tour with another company, and then wait a couple weeks and then book another tour with another company. And that is going to expand your reach, and it'll help keep your name popping up, instead of, because when you do them all at once, that puts your name out at the same time. But if you can spread it out, then people are going to keep seeing your name over and over. And the more they see your name and the more they see your book, then eventually it's going to be, I'll buy from you. Okay, remember, key is that it takes 7 times for somebody to see your book before they'll actually purchase it. So remember that when booking your book tours, and space your tours out between companies. I hope this week's tip helped you, and I hope you have a great week. I'll see you next week.